guys, I am Mimi. I am the owner of the Source House of Azen, and I have another video for you guys, so stay tuned. As you guys know, I like to talk about spiritual awakening and what to expect and what to be prepared for if you're first starting out on your spiritual awakening, or if you're going through a spiritual healing journey, which is like the same but in a different way. Before you go through you move forward into your journey, you have to go through the healing journey when you start your awakening. And unfortunately, all of us go through it. All of us have to heal certain things in order to move forward. Everyone is like me. I want to be honest and transparent. On my journey, I face a lot of obstacle, confusion, illusion, deception, the trauma, like a lot of up and down emotions. But we sometimes, when we get on our journey, remember our journey is tailored to us. So it's designed for us and only us. The only thing we can do is really learn what we need to learn so we can help someone else that's, going, on the same path, or, experiencing similar situation. Now, the challenges that you're going to face on your journey, you have to pay attention closely to the challenges and the obstacles that you are facing now at the moment, because some of them are the key to the next destination, or the key to where you're going. So whatever you are going through right now, believe it or not, it has a purpose, because you are going to need to remember what you've gone through and what you overcome, and what obstacles and challenges that you've overcome to be where you at right now. If you look back a month ago, the mindset you had a month ago, I guarantee you that's not the same mindset you have right now at the present moment. We are constantly changing, we are constantly growing, and some of us are constantly, repeating the same thing. It all depends on, where you fall underneath. Now, I've made a video about gatekeeper yesterday, and I was saying that how, we face or come across, some of us face and come across some of the most difficult gatekeepers in our lives. And them gatekeepers sometimes can be family, they can be friends, they can be lovers, they can be a co-worker, they can be anyone. They were designed to put obstacles on your path, on your way, so you can get discouraged, so you can, turn back around and just, stay where you at, but the more you persevere, the more you push through, the more you don't give up, it's the more you will discover more and more about yourself, and eventually you get stronger and stronger. You have to get used to, the reason I say you have to get used to the gatekeepers, because you have to get used to their tactic. You have to get used to how they play the game, because it is a game and they're playing a role, and whatever they're doing, that's their role at the game. And you have to understand your role so you know how to play the game, or you have to know how to beat them at their own game. See, a lot of people in our lives, the reason they are gatekeepers is because they know where you're going, 9 out of 10 they can't go. So they play this role as they have the key, or they're the key to where you go, and you need them to go where you need to go. And once you start healing, and once you start opening your eyes and you start to understand you don't really need anybody where you're going, you just need yourself. That's all you ever need is yourself. But you have to be in a space of understanding that. Once you start to understand that you really don't need anybody, all you need is to be in an alignment with yourself and build a firm foundation and relationship within yourself so you can go where you need to go. You have to start knowing when a thought is your thought and a thought is not your thought. You got to pay attention to what everything is teaching you, because every blockage, every obstacle that come against you is for a reason. And you have to look at the level of challenges. You got to look at the level of obstacle to know, are you moving forward or are you going backwards? Because sometimes the delay that's in our past, the things that cause us delay in our mission, can either redirect us or can move us forward. I'm never gonna make it. If you think like that, then all it's doing is distract you and bring you back. That's when you know you are going back. Sometimes the universe allows certain things to happen for us to really reevaluate where we at. Don't ever let, no matter how many tactic or spiritual attack or whatever that goes on, don't ever let anything that's going on outside of you discourage you on where you gotta understand, when you are very close to your next destination, this is when the challenges and the obstacles get tougher and they get harder, because you are very close. A lot of things are gonna start crumbling outside of you to either scare you or to kind of throw your emotions off. All of those are tactics, are spiritual attack for you to not move forward. But you got to keep going. You got to move forward. You cannot allow that to stop you. You're gonna come across delays and uncertainty and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's normal. It happens to all of us. It happens to me all the time. But use that moment to really evaluate where you are, see where you are, and ask yourself, okay, how can I move forward? I don't want to go You back. Already know what's back there. You was just there. Rather, when I say go back, meaning to a job, a friendship, a lover, a family situation, whatever it is, you gotta start talking to yourself. You gotta start, going down the line and have a list for yourself and say, okay, yeah, me and this person, we interacted. This is what I got out of this. I don't want to revisit this again. So X out the list and you move forward. You understand? You got to start looking at things in a different way, because it's like you really have to eliminate some people on your path to go where you're going, because they cannot come with you, and their job is to only hold you back. That's their role. That's their job. It's never going to change. It's never going to, make sense. And because some of them are like family, some of them are lovers, some of them are friends. Your goal and your mission is to stick with the plan. You want to go forward. You see the goal. You see the end goal. Focus on that. Don't too much focus on what's going on. Yes, you're gonna face delays. Yes, you're gonna feel discouraged. You're gonna be heartbroken. That's why it's very important that you go through the healing journey before you start moving on your journey, and still, before you start moving forward on your journey. Because if you don't heal the things that you left back there, they will continue to represent itself as you go on your path. And that is going to cause you more and more delay, because the universe, the divine, God is saying, if you can heal this and let this go, you will not face any more delays, because you are paying whatever karmic debt, whatever situation, you are, paying for that, or you are learning something out of these situations. And once you go through there's phases in the healing journey. There's the resentment, there's the anger, the grief, and there's all types of stages in the healing journey, because I think I've been through all of them. I've been angry, I've been enraged, I've been in the revenge mode. It's a lot, it's a lot, but all of that caused delays in my path, because I was unable to see the truth. You can't go any further with those type of emotion and those type of energy where I'm going. I have to leave that behind. So sometimes the delay is a good thing. It's a good thing. Not every obstacle is bad. So that's why I say you gotta evaluate where you at, so you can understand what is this challenging is teaching you, what is this obstacle is teaching you. I know a lot of times with me, the level of healing that I was doing, it was either keeping me at a place of like very emotional, or I was still grieving, or I was still holding on to something. So the universe said, I understand you healing, but now you need to get out that healing phase. You need to get out that hermit energy and step out. You've learned healed enough, okay? So you are ready to move forward. And sometimes the universe will hold us back because they could see what's ahead of us. We can't, and it's just for us to sit with ourselves, to, like I said, to reevaluate. And we have to go back after we go through all the grieving. We have to go back and forgive. Forgiveness is one key that if you don't have that key, you will not be able to open the door. So sometimes the gatekeeper is a good thing, is letting you know that you have to go back and forgive. And I've made a video about forgiveness and how we can forgive. And again, when I make these videos, it's because I myself is either going through it or have gone through it, and now I understand. And I couldn't understand, even though I was moving forward, I still felt like I'm still battling something internally. So then I reach a stagnant point. And that is letting me know, like, okay, you feel it, but now you need to dissect it. You need to really look and see what's causing that. And it's because I was healing, but I wasn't forgiving. I had to go back and to sit with myself and really, really, really start forgiving the people and start forgiving myself. The first thing you got to do when I talk about forgiveness, you have to forgive yourself, because yourself is holding you back. The flesh is holding you back because there's things that you're holding on to because you're not forgiving yourself. The flesh feels that energy, it will stay where it's at because you need to relieve yourself. You need to become the own savior. You don't need someone to come save you. No one is coming. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself and start forgiving yourself. And then after you start forgiving yourself and you start feeling it, like you really, really forgiving yourself, then you can start working on forgiving the other people. You can start working on forgiving the people that hurt you, or the people that you hurted, or the people, because let me tell you, the universe will send someone in the flesh to come give you a message. I didn't find this out until my stepmother came and told me that. I knew it was something, but I didn't know what it was. When she came, she's like, you gotta start forgiving. You need to forgive. The universe will use the people around you to relay a message to you, so you can know what you need to work on, or what you need to really pay attention to. So I had to go back and start forgiving myself, and then start to forgive everyone else. Because believe it or not, without doing that, without forgiving yourself and forgiving others, you will be stagnant. You won't be able to move forward. And that's giving the gatekeepers, the people that spiritual attacking you or spiritual sending you negative things, they're gonna keep you in your head, and they're gonna keep making you replay the same story over and over and over again, keep you in that energy, keep you very, very low. Because once you start forgiving yourself, you raise your vibration. Guess what? They're not energetically, they're not a match for you. By them not being a match for you, because in order for them to reach that point, they would have to do their healing work themselves. They would have to do the work that they're doing. So when you at a low vibration, it's easy for them to feed off your energy, do all types of things, manipulate you, and use this as a tactic. But once you start healing and you get out of this, and you start living in the moment, and you start forgiving yourself, and you start actually living life like fully, with no fear, with nothing, you start living life, then they don't have that hold on you. They can't grip on you like that. They would have to meet you in that, energetically, they would have to meet you on that level. And some of them are not ready because they benefit off of your pain. They benefit off of it. That's why they don't encourage the healing. They don't encourage anything or to heal anything, because the lower your vibration is, the more access they have towards you, the more control they have on you, because they can manipulate you, they can spiritually send you evil eyes. Anything they do, it's going to affect you in some way, even though you are protected, but it's going to affect you in a way, because energetically you kind of vibrating out of that energy, even though you're not in that energy anymore. You working yourself up, but you have to really pay attention to your healing. You have to do the healing work 100%, and you have to forgive. That was what I was missing in my ingredient. I was doing everything, but I still feel like there's something missing, and that was the missing piece to my puzzle, is forgive. Why and I had to ask myself, and it clicked in my mind. I'm like, why am I holding on to this again? Why am I holding on to you again? Like, you don't contribute, and I've outgrown you. Like, why are we doing that? Like, it just, certain things, I was reevaluating everything and everybody in my life, in every situation. I'm like, why am I still holding on to this person? Or why am I still it's just like, you gotta call yourself out, because there's a level you start heading, you start going up. You gotta get used to the attacks. Like, it shouldn't phase you anymore. It shouldn't throw you off your rockers, or it shouldn't throw you off your path. That alone shouldn't have that much effect on you, to the point like it throws off your emotions, and you unable to be stable and grounded and focus on where you're going, because emotionally there is something going on. There is something attacking you. There's something that's have a grip on you, and until you can dissect that wound and rip that bandage on and dissect that wound and say that's enough is enough, and sometimes the best ritual we could do is calling our power back in forgiveness, forgiving ourselves, because at the end of the day, they don't know any better, just like you didn't know any better. Now that you know better, you're gonna move differently, and you gotta forgive them for not moving the same way you moving, because it's not their time yet to be awakened, or to be to realize what they're doing. It's your time, so you can't force no one to awake. You gotta leave them where you gotta leave people where they at. There's a reason why they're where they at. Some people are comfortable in that environment, the sleep environment, because it's best for them. Not everybody can handle being awakened, no matter what they say. It comes with a lot of challenges. It does. It comes with a lot of challenges, and you constantly have to fight spiritual attack. You constantly have to fight all the time, and you got to be on guard. You got to be like alert on all times, because that's what it feels like, because people are gonna sense the change around you, and once they start sensing the change, they see that you're gonna change, so their game plan is to stop you from moving forward, because some of them are crab in the barrel mentality. So you have to bypass that. You gotta like leave them where they're at and just focus on yourself, and stay to yourself and keep going, because you gotta save yourself in order for you to save them. And once you feel like spiritually, like you feel like there's something that has a grip on you, or there's something that really throwing you off, give yourself 24 hours. Give yourself 24 hours, but you got to get back up. Whatever you do, you can't stay down. You got to get back up. You got to get back up and keep moving. Stay there for a little bit, for 24 hours. That's it. Grieve, cry, kick, shout, scream, whatever you got to do, curse, rape, get all that stuff out of you, but do not stay in that energy. When the sun hit, get up. Get up. It's a new day. You got to get up. You got to keep moving. Your foundation that's crumbling. Don't flinch. Don't flinch. No matter what was taken from you, don't flinch. Okay? They're just things. They're things that can be replaced, but you still here. You still here. You can't be replaced. So that's the mentality I start having now. Like when things is not going my way or not going the way I want it to go, I said, you know what? I'm not in control. The universe is in control. The universe is working in my favor. The universe is, doing things behind the scene for my favor. So whatever they take away, whatever is leaving, let them leave. Whoever leave, let them go. They were not meant to go where you're going. You gotta allow the foundation to crumble and fall, so the next foundation you rebuild is gonna be strong, is gonna be better, and you're gonna have a different mindset. So that's what I start seeing now. I'm like, I don't give a damn, because everything is temporary anyway. So I'm not gonna fight for anything. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and that's it. Sometimes we have to stop fighting and just keep going. It's like you running, but people are running after you and pulling on your clothes. You gotta start fighting them and keep going and keep running, and do not look back. No matter who, what, when, do not look back. Take it from me. I think my delays come from me. The moment you can call yourself out on that, you notice it, then it's easy for you now to like, okay, all right, universe, what's the next challenge? You're gonna know how to, duck and, and certain things. You're gonna know, you're gonna move way differently. Another thing that I had was like, when I planned to do something, I always felt like people had good intentions. I don't know why. I always think people had good intentions. Maybe because I think I have good intentions towards people, and I don't have any like hidden motives, interior motives. Let me tell you, I never met anyone and I see them, there's something they have that I want. Never. There's nothing someone have that I want, because I always felt like I have what I have, and I'm gonna stick to what I have because I believe in what I have. Growing up in my household, people in my family made me feel like I wasn't worthy enough, or there is nothing special about me, or they really made me feel like I was a nobody. And for many years, I felt that when people, even in relationship, when somebody would give me the time of the day, or even be in my presence, I feel like, oh, that's something good, because my household, my family made it feel like there was nothing special about me. I was like a nobody. So therefore I should be happy someone want to talk to me or be around me. But once I got on this journey, I realized they did all that because they didn't want me really was, who I knew I was all along as a kid, and it was always, I was the problem. I was always blamed for things. It was always me. I could never do anything right. Everything is always my fault and everything. And when I tell you, when I got on this journey, I start healing, and the universe said you need to cut people off. When I cut them off, I start to realize who I was. Sometimes we can't see our potential and we can't see our power because our family spent years, decades programming us to think that we are not worth it. There's nothing special about us. We are nobody. We have to conform. We have to bend over backwards for them. And we've done that for so long, we lose our real identity. And when we have our own children, if we become mothers, we have our own children, they also want us to pass that on to our children. They also want us to talk like that to our kids and stuff, you know, and that's why it keep passing on generation after generation. Me, I always had a problem with that. My parents always had a problem with me because I never wanted to do what they want me to do. And if I didn't do what they want me to do, then it will always leave me out in the cold, you know, and they will recruit other people in the family to stop talking to me also, to stop doing things for me also. So now you see everyone will turn against me. But again, healing is so beautiful. It will make you see that not only you are powerful, you are chosen, you all along, and the only reason they did that, it's because deep down inside, they are afraid of you. They are afraid of who you might become. Some parents or aunt or family member are jealous of their own children, their own niece, their own nephew, whatever, because they are afraid of your potential. Because they know you are here to break the generational curse. And obviously, they was supposed to do it. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if they fell from grace. I don't know what happened. Something happened. They compromised, you know, the path. You have to do the healing work because you got to forgive them. That's the only way this is going to work. And that's the only way you can move forward, by you forgiving them. I love you. You're my mom. You're my dad. Thank you for, you know, for bringing me here. But yeah, I'll love you at a distance from now on. You got to set firm boundaries with people. You know, auntie, I love you and all, you know, we cool and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna stay over here from now. And now, when you remove yourself, when you do the removing, since you was the black sheep, you was the problem, you always was the problem. So now you got to remove yourself. So when things happen, they have no excuse. Who are they going to blame? They can't blame you. You haven't been around. They have to face their own self. Eventually, the mask have to fall off.